We're going to do a brief video on Snapchat stock, and we're going to take a quick look at this daily chart. Snapchat today is up 12%, $1, $9.38 currently trading. The volume is 86 million shares. Average daily volume is 53 million shares, so tremendous volume today on Snap. And again, up 12%. Let's take a quick look at it. Snap had sold off severely here and put in a bottom right here on the 21st of October, and now we're getting a rally. Let's take a look real quick and spread it out here a little bit. We can see that Snap is just basically filling in the gap. We had a gap here from about $10.60 all the way down to $8.18. It's normal for a stock to fill gaps. It's normal for any security to fill gaps, but as you can see, we had a gap here from $15.50 all the way down to $11, and it has not filled that yet. It filled a little less, roughly right around a half of it. So it's interesting that Snap is filling this, but what's really interesting, and the reason I'm doing another video on it today, I did one yesterday, is that at 86.5 million shares, this stock is struggling to gain more than $1. Now, admittedly, that's 12% of its value. It's up 12, almost 13% today, but it is struggling to fill a gap with 86 million shares traded, and there's, roughly an hour and a half or 2 hours left to go in the market. So very strange behavior from this stock. You would think that this would rally and fill this gap and move around a lot better than it's doing, and it's just not doing that. So what's going on here with Snap? Let's take another look real quick, as we have in the past, at the hourly chart, and you can see the hourly chart is just a disaster. Let me take a look here. This is a 200-hour blue moving average. This is a 20-hour moving average. And this is a 5-hour green moving average. The red is 20. So let's take a look and see what's been going on. It's oscillating around the 200-day moving average, 200-hour moving average, and that's normal. There's no problems with that. That's pretty much what they do. So you can see it's been doing that all the way back here since July 5th. It's been oscillating back and forth around, with the exception of this huge gap sell-off, which again it has not filled. So that's normal. You can see that this kind of behavior from a stock with 80-some million shares is not normal, and these huge gaps that we get here, again here it's huge gaps, just not normal. And you'll notice here, never filled. So what's my best guess for what's going on with Snap? It's struggling to fill the gap on 86 million shares, so I don't think it's going to fill this gap. And if you look at this an hourly chart, this is a lot going on for an hourly chart. This is a tremendous amount, and it's going nowhere. So, and you'll notice our volatility is as defined by the range during an hour here is collapsing. We're going from reasonable volatility in an hour. In this case about less than 70 cents, and now we're crushed down to right here, this completed hour. We had 24 cents volatility on millions of shares traded. So I think the stock's running out of steam, what I'm trying to say. I don't think the stock even has enough strength to fill this gap, and so it is above a 5-hour moving average, but that's not a big deal on an hourly chart. What's a big deal on an hourly chart is what is it doing with the 20-day moving average. 20-hour moving average, the red. That's always the big deal. And you can see here, you got a decent rally. You can't use any of that because it wasn't straight across. But in general, this stock doesn't do it. But in general, when a stock stays consistently above its 20-day on a repeated basis, I say that's respecting the 20-day, or in this case, the 20-hour. The stock doesn't really do it. But if we look at the past, we can see that when this stock gets above its 20-hour, it usually puts in some higher highs, and it usually straightens itself up for a little bit. So it's very, very difficult to say what this stock's going to do in the short run. In the long run, I think this stock's going to get to, best case, about $10.20, right around here, and I think maybe $10.30, and then I think it's going to sell off again. But if we use strict technical analysis, it's above the 5-hour, it's above the 20-hour, but the 20-hour hasn't turned yet, and that's a negative sign. So I think, to be conservative, I'm going to say this stock is probably going to run out of gas just after it gets past $10, and then we'll have to go from there and see what happens. Unless something dramatic happens and somebody comes and enters this market and really starts to buy it, I think that we're just trying to barely struggle to fill this gap, especially when you're talking about 86 million shares traded. Let's see if we have anything for Snap today at RBAM Research. We do not have any buy prices today, so the algorithm said it's not interested in buying the stock today. But we do have 190 stocks on here that you can get absolutely free. You can get access to them every morning before 7 a.m. That's rbamresearch.com. There's a link in the description below. You just head over there, sign up with your email address. It's free, no credit card required, and you can get access to 190 stocks, the major forex pairs, BTC crypto, and the most liquid futures contracts, all algorithmically generated before 7 a.m. Monday through Friday. If you like this video, please click the like button. If you want to subscribe, please do that as well. And if you have a great comment, please leave it in the comment section for us below. Keep in mind everything you've seen and heard on here, including our entry prices and commentaries for entertainment purpose only. You can only use it for entertainment. You should always do your own analysis, and you definitely trade at your own risk.